Hey guys, Chriselle here, and today I wanted to talk to you about writing with a chronic illness, specifically based on the chronic illnesses I have, which include hypothyroidism, PCOS, and migraines, chronic migraines. So I kind of wanted to go over some of my strategies for survival, if you will, but also just how to manage writing when working full-time and dealing with a chronic illness. And that's not to say that I'm an expert or that I have things all figured out, but these are just kind of the strategies that work for me, or at least the things that I do to recognize when I need to take a break or when I need a little bit more self-care. And the first part is sort of just being completely aware of your symptoms. I think it is absolutely crucial if you have any kind of ailment, but especially a chronic illness, to be extremely aware of what works for your body and what doesn't. Whether that means that you need a little bit more time to sleep, or that you need a little bit more nourishment or time to work out, or whatever it is that you need in order to better equip yourself just to get through the day-to-day, but also to work on those creative pursuits that you might have. So for myself, I think you might hear my cat snoring, so he's right next to me. There he is. Go on. So for myself, I have become very aware of the various symptoms that I suffer from. When it comes to the migraines, I have been suffering for them not nearly as long as I've been suffering from hypothyroidism, but for a pretty significant amount of time. So definitely since I was in my early 20s, and I'm now in my 30s, so at least a solid 10 years. And with that time, I've come to recognize not just the things that trigger my migraines, but the feeling that comes before it happens. So I tend to notice that I experience what is called prodrome, which are like the symptoms that come right before the migraine hits. And for myself, that sometimes is a weird burst of energy where I feel extremely wired, extremely restless, extremely spacey, and I have a hard time concentrating, but I'm also just like bursting at the seams with energy and need to get it out. So when it comes to that, sometimes that's a sign for me to start taking whatever it is that I think will help, which is like a whole experiment into itself, just trying to figure out what combination of things will help ease the migraine. Sometimes nothing works, but when I recognize that the sign of a migraine coming is starting, I tend to use that time to scale back a little bit, because I know that the pain is going to be extreme and I'm probably going to be knocked out for a few days, or at least maybe not 100% for a few days. My migraines have varying levels of strength and blinding pain, so I have come to recognize that there are times when the only way to really prepare myself is actually to just kind of let that weird manic period work itself out and just scale back on what I'm doing, which sometimes means that I don't get as much done, but I have come to realize that I cannot sacrifice my health for my art. I just can't. I've tried that and it has not gone well. It's just led to, worse pain or lower productivity over time, because I am not taking care of myself when I need it. Now, when it comes to my thyroid disorder, that is a disorder that comes with physical and emotional and mental health ailments, symptoms, things that go along with it. So physically, I can get very tired and I'll be extremely drained. So there are times there too where, much like my migraines, I have come to realize that if I want to be a better writer, I will sometimes just need to take care of my body. And taking care of my body may mean not writing as much as I would like to. On my current project that I'm working on, which I started for NaNoWriMo, I did an update recently, I mentioned that I reached a wall. I pretty much just kind of came smack up against a plot wall. It's partly a mental wall, but also a bit of an emotional wall, where I had kind of worked myself into this hole and I couldn't get myself out of it, and I ended up needing to take a little bit of time off. But part of it was also just due to issues I was going through with my health. I was probably already feeling the beginnings of burnout, and if I don't take care of that when it starts, it only becomes more of a problem. So sometimes, again, that means recognizing the signs and scaling back. And even if it means I don't get my word count in for the day, it will mean that I will be able to the next day or the day after. So by taking that time to take care of myself and tend to my body, tend to my mental health, I am ensuring that I can come back to the page without completely ending up a mess, bedridden, sick with a cold or whatever it is, because I didn't take care of my body when I needed it, and my immune system is going to go completely shot because of it. So that happens. Now, however, there is a plus side, because I can now recognize the days when things are going to go completely off the rails. I am better able to make use of the days when things are good. So that's a crucial part for me, is being able to recognize that if I have a good day, I need to make use of it. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't ever take a day off. I most definitely do, even if I'm feeling great. Because if I am feeling great, I probably want to treat myself too. But what it means is I'm better able to maximize my time, to set SMART goals for myself so that I'm not burning myself out when I am feeling well, but I'm also not completely neglecting to make use of the time when it comes. Because if you have a chronic illness, the bad days will come. The bad days can turn into bad weeks. I had a whole bad year a couple of years ago, and if I don't make use of the good days, then I'm not going to get any days at all. And that's just a fact. So I hope that kind of gives you some hope, or leaves you with a little bit of a positive takeaway if you do have a chronic illness and are trying to write or really pursue any creative endeavor. Making use of the good days, recognizing what your body needs, and always realizing that your body probably needs you more than your project, because if you don't take care of your body, then your project will not really ever get done. So yeah, that's about it. It's not an easy road. It's not easy to be a creative and deal with a chronic health issue. It's not easy to be a cat parent and film a video when your cat is scratching in the background, but that's just the way it goes. And I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on it, because it's a thing that is a part of my life and I have to deal with it, and I've been dealing with it for over 15 years, and I will be dealing with it for years to come. So it's a learning curve for myself, and if you're experiencing chronic health issues and are trying to pursue something creative, share your story, let me know how it's going, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it, and I'd love to commiserate, because that's really why I'm filming these videos about my thyroid disorder. I just feel like it's something that I want to get out there, and it's kind of like my own way of serving the community. So let me know what you think, and if you have any feedback you'd like to share, drop it down below. I'll talk to you guys later.